conclusions of geology now for a couple of hundred years.
Mm.
Now, the problem with that is that you can't actually make observations in the past. Science only works in the present because we've only got the present. We don't have the past at all. Perhaps I could give you an example.
Yeah.
Let me use this glass of water. I'll try not to spill it on my laptop. So I've got some water in this.
Yep.
And let's imagine that this was sitting underneath a dripping tap.
Okay.
Now, if I measured the rate at which the tap is dripping,
Yep.
and then I measured the volume of water in the cup, I could calculate how long the cup has been under the tap, right?
So you've got the dripping rate, and then you've got the volume that's in the cup.
Yep.
And then you just say, well, okay, the volume, and you've got the dripping rate, you can calculate the age.
Yeah. Sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But let's imagine now that you've only just discovered this cup under the tap. You've walked into the kitchen and there it is.
Yeah.
You didn't see the cup put under the dripping tap.
Okay.
So to be able to work out how long the cup's been there, you've had to make some assumptions. What kind of assumptions do you think you would have to make?
Well, I guess you have to assume the cup was empty to start with.
Absolutely, but you don't know because you weren't there.
True. And are you saying that's similar with the rock? I guess that's how they do
Absolutely. You also don't know that the tap's been dripping at the same rate.
True, yeah. You only measure in the present, as you were saying before.
That's right. So if someone had turned the tap on hard, partly filled up the cup, turned the tap off carelessly, left it dripping, and then walked away just seconds before you came into the kitchen.
Yeah. I've got a much slower dripping rate now, and I'm going to estimate a very big age when actually it was dripping much faster in the past.
Yeah.
So it would have been, so it's a much younger full cup than I realized. And so you're saying some of the processes they use work on this principle?
Well, I'm just trying to draw the analogy, right? So that would be applying uniformitarianism to take the volume of water, divide by the drip rate, hey presto, we get the age. So you can think of radiometric dating, for instance, of working a little bit like that. You have a radioactively unstable element called a parent element that decays at a certain rate to produce what's called the daughter element. So if you can measure the ratio of the parent element to the daughter element in your sample and knowing the rate of decay, you can then calculate the age of the sample. But you're measuring the process in the present. You're measuring the volume of parent element and daughter element in the present. But you don't know the initial conditions. How much parent and how much daughter were in the sample to begin with. Maybe some parent element has been added to or removed from the sample in the past. Same with the daughter element. In fact, there are something like 7 independent assumptions you have to make to be able to determine the age of your sample based on measurements in the present.